My body is strong and built to last. Watch closely now, I'll be moving fast. These checks are cut like no other. I can only thank my daddy and mother. So, let's flex. Flex. Watch me flex. Look at here, let's flex.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our privilege and honor to present to you the President of the International Federation of Bodybuilders, Mr. Ben Weider, and the father of bodybuilding, Joe Weider.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic evening. What a great contest you will see this evening. I'd like to officially welcome you to the annual Joe Weider Mr. Olympia competition. At this time, I would like to take another minute to thank a few very important people for the role they have played in making this evening an unforgettable event. First, I must thank my brother Joe for creating the Mr. Olympia competition and for his continued support over all the years. And I want to tell you in front of my brother, I want to tell you that nobody could have a better brother than Joe. I'm very proud of it.
I want to welcome all of you to the 33rd Mr. Olympia contest. And thank you for coming here and supporting our sport. Most of you know why the Mr. Olympia contests have been created. But for those who don't, I would just like to say a few brief words. Prior to the Mr. Olympia contest, if a champion won a Mr. America or the Mr. Universe title, he was only could compete once and no more. And I thought, being a muscle buff, that it was a real shame to see all these champions drop out of the sport, especially when they were 19, 20, 21, or 22, without reaching their full potential. Like all of us, we love to see the bodybuilders reach their full potential, and the only way I thought that this could be possible was to permit the competitors and the bodybuilders to compete year after year to get better and better, and even if they won a title, to continue to compete so they could show us to what degree that the muscular body could be developed. And also, that gave an opportunity for bodybuilders to become professionals and to make a livelihood, and some of them do very, very good at that. And I want to thank you, and I hope that you'll all be happy, and I'm sure you'll all be happy to see this event tonight. And I want to thank you all for supporting us and supporting me, and I want you to know that I love you all.
There were 14 competitors for tonight's competition. Unfortunately, one of them could not compete. He's here tonight. He's going to tell you why. Flex Wheeler.
I don't want to take up too much time because I know what it's like to be sitting back there waiting. I just want to address the public, my family, my friends, and the people who came out to see me, and even my foes. To make it very short, I was involved in a situation Thursday. It didn't turn out good for me. I was hospitalized. I made a decision amongst myself to mask everything. I trained for a couple more days. I was hospitalized again for 3 more days because of that stupid decision. Sometimes as professional athletes wanting to achieve world-class status, we have such a tunnel vision on what we want to achieve, and we forget about the smaller things, which is actually the bigger things in life, and that's what I did. Luckily, I made the right decision in time. I'll be completely fine. Everything's going to heal. Thank you. I want to thank Wayne D'Amelia, Jim Mannion, and the affiliates in the IFBB for standing behind me in this seriously difficult situation for me, and I appreciate that from them deeply. Thank you.
In the center, gentlemen, Dorian Yates. On one side, Mr.O somebody. On the other side, Kevin Maroney. Quarter turn to your right, gentlemen. Both arms at your side, please. Quarter turn to your right. Quarter turn to your right. Left arm at your sides, please. Face front. Face front. Kevin, face front. Dorian Yates in the center. Mr.O somebody on the left. Paul Dillette on the other. Front double bicep. Front lat spread. Side chest. Back double bicep.
Straight front. Abdominal inside. Okay, relax. Door engage back to the line. After all, some body back to the line. John Wayne in center. Decrease on one side. On the other side. Front double bicep. Back spread. Side chest. Double bicep. Left spread. Side tricep. Straight front. Abdominals inside.
I just try and do the best I can. It's tough. It's it's a high-level competition, and so I just do all I possibly can to try and better it every time. I mean, as a person, I'm a very quiet guy. I just don't really have a lot to say, really. I mean, well, you could just say in a word, boring.
I just had to get back to the basics about what life is all about, and sometimes, that can be smothered from success. You want fancy cars, you like the attention, you like the magazines, so on and so forth. So you start believing, the hype. They say don't believe the hype, and it affected my training. I thought I was in shape, but I wasn't in shape. So I put away the Ferrari. I just started getting things very basic. I started talking to my family and my brothers and my sisters. They prepared my food for me. I was myself again. And started praying and trying to find myself and what it was that I had lost. And I certainly found that in preparing for this competition, and I know that I did because the things that I've done through my training has been unbelievable.
For those of you that think
After 47 professional shows, I actually finally won. That was this year in Canada. And I don't have unrealistic thoughts that I can win 1997 Mr. Olympia, but I believe that I'm going to present a great package that they're going to have to consider maybe in a few years to come.
I'm just turning 30, and I'm developing to a great champion. I think I'm finally getting to see what my body can actually do, and I think everyone's going to agree this year that I've improved. I put on an extra 6 pounds since May, which is pretty incredible, considering I've been training for 18 years already, and to put on that amount of muscle and quality muscle in that short period of time is pretty incredible.
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
I feel this year is as good as any year only because I've taken a retrospective look at where I've been and where I plan to go before I exit the sport of bodybuilding. And I didn't have a time frame. I just knew one day I would walk away from this career as Mr. Olympia. It just happened to come full circle in that I got second place in '96 and it came to Long Beach, 30 minutes from my hometown of Placentia. The expectations are there, the changes in the wind. People now want to see size and shape. I think the fans are screaming for something different, basically because the freakiness doesn't last long. It starts to wear off. The challenge has been made. It was set down last year. It was set down in '94, and I think now is as good a time as any. At 32 years old, I think I've come full circle, focused, trained hard, and was very, very disciplined. And I know I'm better than last year. So if the champion didn't do his homework, I'm coming to take my title.
I love for the stage is that feeling that you have a few thousand people focusing their entire attention just on you. And not so much what you look like all the time, but how you carry yourself, how you project yourself out to the crowd, and the way you make them feel. A lot of the people in the audience basically live through you up on stage, because bodybuilding is such a demanding sport. And it's good to bring smiles on people's faces when you're up there and you're having a good time.
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line, engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up, churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They
This year, I'm bigger. I'm a lot sharper as far as detail goes. So I'm pretty much bigger and much better than last year. I've been in this sport now for 7 years, and for 7 years I've progressed. So every year it's been a much better year for me, year after year. And hopefully this year won't be any different.
can't fit ya. Either I'm with ya or against ya. On that bench ya, back through that maze I sent ya. Talking to the rap inventor, living with the game type fifth. That flame like
Last year at the Olympia, I was about 280 pounds. At the Arnold Classic, I was 285. This was March 97, but I was just a couple of pounds too heavy. So this year I will have probably 275 pounds. And I think it doesn't mean that I'm smaller. I think I look even bigger. I'm sharper, and I'm straightened more than ever. I think that my back developed more, I have more separation, more quality. Also my arms got bigger, and the same I can say about my thighs, my legs. I think just in overall I improved. Nevertheless, that I'm competing with 5 pounds less than at last year's same time.
By myself having my own business, it actually makes me feel like I'm a more well-rounded person, a more secure person with myself. I don't feel like I have to come here and I have to win or I have to place here, you know, to protect a contract or anything of that nature. I do this now for the love of it, because I'm here because I want to be here. I don't have to be here. I want to be here. You know, in the past I felt like I had to be here. I would be so afraid if I didn't make the top 6, you know, wondering, am I going to have a contract after this? Are they going to cut my pay? Now I don't really care, because if they cut my salary, I don't care. If they cut my contract, I don't care. I have my own. I have my own means of making a living, and that makes me feel, you know, very confident this weekend and just very secure.
jeden Fall ist noch vieles drin. Ich meine, es ist immer noch bloß mein 3. Profijahr. Auf jeden Fall kann ich mich noch extrem steigern, aber ich möchte vielleicht mal was anderes.
This is now the 3rd year I'm making competitions, and but there is one regular thing I want to say. Everybody at the moment is talking about mass and symmetry, especially Sean Ray says he has a bad thing with his mass. What I think is, on this day when all of us go on the stage, they have both of it to fix together. The mass and the symmetry.
61 Größe ist über 90 Kilo auf der Bühne. Sean Ray braucht auch seine Masse, sonst hat er keine Chance. Es gibt keinen Trend, meiner Meinung nach. Man muss die Athleten vergleichen und dann sieht man, wer an diesem Tag besser ist.
In general, I think bodybuilding is first and foremost a sport about muscle because it's called bodybuilding. It's not fitness. It's not fat loss. It's about building muscle mass, and of course, so I think that's first and foremost. And after that, I think, or nearly on the same par, but maybe not quite the same, would be the shape and symmetry, and then obviously hardness plays, a large part. So I feel that, all the talk about the judging and everything, it's kind of just depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to somebody with good shape, they're going to say one thing, and if that's the main emphasis of their training and their physique, if that's their asset, they're going to talk about that and think that should be the main criteria. And if you're talking with somebody with more muscle mass, they're going to say, well, it should be more mass. And I feel that, the total package and some of the things people are saying about that is true, but I think first and foremost it's about muscle mass.
approach the contest is Dorian Yates against Dorian Yates of last year. And that's what I'm trying to beat. I'm trying to beat the Dorian Yates of last year rather than thinking about beating other people, which basically I have no control over. So that's my competition, you know, trying to better last year's model, so to speak. I believe I was around 256, and this year I'm around 268, and the same hard condition. So it's really, you know, at this level I think I made a tremendous improvement. Training for the contest, I would be up first thing in the morning, doing aerobics, which would be stationary cycling or treadmill, something like that. And then I would eat, take a little rest, maybe take my dogs out for a walk. And then I would drive to the gym, go to the gym, do the training there, come back again, eat and rest a little bit more. And then in the evening would be posing, practicing posing for the stage presentation, more aerobic training, eating again, and then usually in the evening I try to just relax and spend time with, you know, with my wife and my son, and try and take it easy and get away from it all. When I first became a pro, it wasn't an aspect that I was really comfortable with or that even appealed to me. I was really more or less looking at it from an athletic point of view, where the training in the gym, the actual physical work was the thing that appealed to me, and the end product, the physique, the actual presentation wasn't something that I was really comfortable with, and it's something I realised as a professional that I had to work on that in order to, you know, to be at the best. So I spent a lot of time in the last 5 or 6 years really working on that, and we tried to come up with something original as far as the music and the presentation every year. And I got something again this year that's a little bit different. I think we all get bored, you know, with the guys posing to the same music, hitting the same poses and stuff like that. So I try and keep it as entertaining as I can.
The following feature is rated R. It contains violence, adult content, blood and guts.
So, you've come to stare at the beast, have you?
But, I started training at the age of 13 and won my first 3 contests at 13, and from then on, all the guys I compete against now were always my role models and people I looked up to. So even now it's still funny to be on the same stage as them because, they're the people I looked up to, and because I'm short I still look up to them, but it's sort of, it just feels strange. I never consider myself a professional. I always just consider myself as someone who trains and wants to do the best they can do. So it's still sort of like a thing to me. Sometimes you wonder if you're dreaming or whatever, but I just go and have fun.
At this time, we're going to continue to show with a tradition of the Mr. Olympia contest, the awarding of the Joe Weider Mr. Olympia medal to the competitors. So can I have the 13 competitors on stage at this time? And I'd like to have Joe Weider on stage to make the presentation. Gentlemen, straight across the stage, please. Straight across. Straight across, Charles, all the way across, yes. There they are, the 13 competitors in the 1997 Olympia. Milos Sharshev, 10th place. Ron Coleman, 9th place. Chris Cormier, 8th place. Jean-Pierre Fuchs, 7th place. Gentlemen, feet together, please. On the line, Kevin, on the line. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn facing front. Front double bicep. Lat spread. Side chest. Turn to the rear. One leg back showing the calf. Double bicep. Lat spread. Side tricep. Turn to the front. Abdominal and thigh. Gentlemen, relax. And if the music man's ready, pose down. gentlemen, thank you. In third place, the check being presented by Melissa Coates of Muscle Tech. The bronze Mr. Olympia medal being presented by Pete Grimkowski of Gold's Gym. The bronze Sandow medal being presented by Will and Norm Dabish of Powerhouse Gym. And they will give those awards to Sean Ray. In second place, receiving a check from Steve Stern of Bodionics Pinnacle. And the medals being presented by Vasil Luchev of Sofama of Bulgaria. So the award presenters will come up on stage. They will present those awards to NASA El Sanbate. And in first place, receiving a check, Sandow statue, the gold Mr. Olympia medal, the gold Sandow medal and a certificate being presented by Rudy Panada of Panada Sport, Warmetrics, Dr. Scott Connolly and Kevin Eubanks, Joe Weider, Ben Weider, Richard Bizzarro of the Weider Company, six-time Mr. Olympia, Dorian Yates.
Of creatine supplementation. You may even be familiar with some of the problems associated with its use. Regardless of your experience, you're going to want to know about the most innovative form of creatine delivery on the market today, High Gear from Metrex. High Gear has revolutionized the delivery of creatine by complexing it to a unique carbohydrate source produced by a patented process that has been designed to accelerate the delivery of molecules from the intestine into the bloodstream.
Now I can use creatine without any discomfort in my stomach.
Significant amounts of fructose and sucrose have been deliberately excluded from the High Gear formulation because they can add unnecessarily high osmolality, which impairs the rapid absorption characteristics of the formula.
If I want all that sugar, I go to the local candy store on the corner.
Only High Gear gives you the revolutionary edge of high-tech rehydration.
Having a physician as well known and respected as Dr. Scott Conley makes a big difference in my choosing a product.
High Gear from Metrex.